Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Shawn Watson Davis TV. If you would, please hit the like button for me right now. And at the end of the video, please leave a comment. Today, I want to share with you a book titled The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. This book is a staple for everyone serious about attending to relationships. In this book, Gary teaches us that there are basically 5 ways in which human beings communicate love. Those 5 languages include words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. 5 basic ways in which human beings communicate love. Now, why would we want to be aware of this concept? Well, because we want to understand the way in which love is communicated, because we don't want to just say that we love people. We want to make certain that our words are backed up by actions. So, just to review, words of affirmation are the #1 love language. People that we love, we speak kind words to them. And in addition to speaking kind words, I want everyone to write their words. I want there to be pieces of paper taped to your bathroom wall. Why the bathroom? Because we make trips in and out of the bathroom. And thereby, we're reminded to make that note. It doesn't have to be a long note, but just the consistency of writing a brief little note every day to make a deposit, an emotional deposit, into the bank accounts of those that we love. So, verbal words of affirmation, written words of affirmation are very important. And they also reflect that you're in good health. I find that people who are reluctant to compliment probably have not been complimented very much in their lives, and there's a wound there. And so they oftentimes will not compliment because there's a wound there. They haven't received many compliments, and thereby they haven't learned to compliment, and there may be some resentment even, and they're more withholding of complimenting others because of an insecurity that exists. And it can be a pretty deep insecurity when people actually starve other people of their words of affirmation. So, very important that we learn ourselves why we do what we do, why we don't do what we do, and that we examine, is that healthy? And even when unhealthy marks have been left upon us, do we then want to in turn do the same things to others? Or do we want to be healers? Do we want to do better than what was done to us? So words of affirmation are very important. And if you're not doing a good job in that area, all it takes is for you to say to yourself, I'm going to do better. And when my sweetheart comes in front of me today, I am going to tell her how beautiful she looks. When my kid comes home from school today, I'm going to say, oh, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, I love you so much. You are so sweet. You are daddy's girl. You are daddy's boy. You are mama's boy. You are mama's girl. And I love you. So make certain that your words and that your eyes, that your smiles communicate that I love you and that you're important. Secondly, is quality time. Relationships that matter to us, they have to receive our attention, either on the phone, in person, a combination of both. We have to make time. And that's why date nights are so important, because when we are managing families in particular, a lot of times the relationship doesn't get what it needs. And this is a very important time, because when you're raising a family, the family is going to consume you. It's not going to be the same as when you did not have children. And it's very important to have the maturity to understand that it won't be the same. But it also requires maturity to understand that we want these relationships to be healthy throughout every season that it is in. So in other words, healthy before children, healthy during the raising of the children, healthy after the children are gone. We have to have the maturity to understand what we're building. And that does require quality time, but it also includes the recognition that there will not be the same amount of time, and that time together, quality time, may now be riding in the car, going to the basketball games, riding in the car to take sons and daughters to their practices, or to pick them up. Quality time can be redefined based on the season that you're in. But it is important to recognize that quality time is an important ingredient in the recipe of maintaining healthy relationships, relationships that last, and relationships that can endure. Thirdly, gifts. Gifts have always been a love language. Gifts say, I'm thinking about you, because it takes thought to decide upon a gift to present. It says, I'm willing to sacrifice time and money in order to purchase this gift. Gifts are a love language and always have been. Fourth on the list, acts of service. When we love people, we take care of them. We provide service to them. For example, when you find your sweetheart or your child asleep on the couch, take a blanket and put a blanket on them. When your sweetheart is sick, make certain that you check on them. Take their temperature. Find out what they need. Make sure that the house is stocked with orange juice and melons. The melons give so many wonderful electrolytes. Strawberries. Everybody loves strawberries, but berries in general, they're so beneficial to the body, and they do assist in healing. Make certain that you realize that service is a love language. Cooking for people, bringing them something to drink, asking if there's anything that you can get for them, keeping the lawn mowed and the snow shoveled, whatever it may be. If it's a service, recognize that it's love that is being spoken. When people take care of business to make certain that everything is good, they're trying to make sure that everything is good for you and for the little ones that are on your plate. So service is a love language. Next is physical touch. People need hugs and kisses. Now, oftentimes when they haven't received much affection in their childhood years, then oftentimes they may not be very affectionate because they had to cope with not receiving affection as children. And many times people will withdraw and decide that they don't need it, they don't want it, because they're not going to get it. But as healthy adults, it's very important to know that love is communicated through physical touch. There was a study conducted many years ago where one group of babies were hugged and kissed and spoken to, and another group of babies were not. And the group of babies that did not receive affection, they died at a much greater rate than those who received the affection. So we are created with certain endowed needs, and one of those needs is physical touch. So if you're going to do a really good job with attending to the needs of your children and of your sweetheart and of your parents, etc., you're going to want to make certain that you are giving hugs and kisses and pats on the back, that you are attending to the human need of physical touch. These 5 love languages are so important. And another concept that Gary teaches in this book is about the love tank. He calls it the love tank, that we all have a love tank. And the more well-nourished and fulfilled the love tank is, the healthier we're going to be, the more at peace we're going to be, the more satisfied we're going to be, and thereby the more peaceful we're going to be. So it's very important to be attentive to the concept that we all have a love tank. And we want to be really good at doing a good job of making certain that the people that are being nurtured by us, that we do a good job. It's so important. So again, the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman. Get this in your home library, read it, put it someplace where you will see it so you will remember, because life does get very busy, very demanding. But there's nothing better than a household that is full of love. There's nothing better than working with people that have been raised well and that are emotionally healthy. So we want to raise our children in a way that they are fulfilled so that they can go out into the world and do a good job and not have to just be tolerated, but they can be enjoyed and they can contribute to the world in positive ways. So again, thank you for tuning in. Remember to leave that comment, and thank you so much for participating in Shawn Watson Davis TV. Have a good day.